Hello, Earthlings. Welcome back to the Fad Pad right here in Oakland, California. I'm Mary Ellen Hill, a storyteller. We're going to continue hearing the story, We All Contain a Spark, the story of the universe, our cosmic common origin story based on scientific fact. Now, last video, number 4, we talked about when the universe was 3 minutes old. Remember our basket of quarks? Quarks were the first tiny little bits of matter to get together, and they gathered in threes, a little trio of friendship. This is a proton. They formed bigger bits, protons and neutrons. Well, the protons and neutrons continued to grow and grow and grow, and the universe continued to cool and spread out. And well, at 380,000 years old, a new little bit of matter wanted to join into the story. Remember my little magic bag? Let's see who it is. They're kind of woolly and they're kind of wild. But oh, an electron! Woohoo! electron. These electrons, were now able to join into the story in a new way. They had been around, and so had photons. photons. That's just another name for light. And photons and electrons, they were trying to get together, but they just kept bouncing off each other, just couldn't quite form a friendly, good friendship. But as the universe cooled off to the half of the temperature of our sun and spread out, electrons, they found exactly where they wanted to go, and they gathered together around neutrons and protons. In their little electric slide dance, the electrons were so happy to form this new friendship. This is a proton. An electron going around it now formed a bigger piece of matter called an atom. This is a hydrogen atom, the very first atoms of the universe. Wow. One proton and one electron. Also, we have to get the whole basket of protons and neutrons. There's 2 protons and 2 neutrons in there, and 2 electrons. Woo, they did their little dance together. Whoa, gotta be careful they don't fall out. And they formed a helium atom. Wow. An atom is so important. Atom. That's a little diagram of a helium atom. No, a hydrogen atom. Whoops. Well, atoms are really important because everything is made of atoms. You and me, flowers and trees, birds and bees. We could keep rhyming all day. Now, these new atoms, hydrogen and helium, are gassy atoms. They're clear, they're invisible. Have you ever had a helium balloon for your birthday? Did you ever suck in some of the helium? Oh, Scotch, please. Don't do that unless you ask your parents. But back to helium and hydrogen. Well, now the universe was filled with these invisible atoms. And the light back then, well, had nowhere to go because it was like thick hot fog. But then when the hydrogen and helium atoms came, woo, the light could flow freely through the universe for the first time. And it was a big old celebration, a cosmic light show. It was incredible. We even have a picture of it. Whoa. The cosmic background radiation. And there are 2 really important men that helped to find that. Here they are. Arno Penzias and Robert Wilson. They built this cool telescope that captured that image. And here's a close-up picture of the hydrogen. There's the helium, hydrogen, lots of hydrogen, a little bit of helium. And the blue is the light shining through. Here's another big picture of the cosmic background radiation, the afterglow of the primordial fireball. Well, these atoms were super important, and they continued to grow and grow, more and more helium, more and more hydrogen. And next time we'll find out what happened. If you look at my cosmic costume, it gives you a hint. Well, maybe something sparked up in you today. Do you want to go and write a song, do a dance, maybe paint a picture? Do you want to read a book? Ho ho. Well, I brought out this book from video 1 again, Big Bang: The Story of the Universe. Heather Cooper and Nigel Henbest, illustrated by Luciano Corbella. I found it at the library, but I had to get my own copy. Well, maybe you might have a book you want to share with me, or maybe share some of your artwork. Please contact me at mehstories@gmail.com. You can also go to my website, www.mehstories.com, and find out more about the Fad Pad and all the fun things we do with children here. You could also see the other videos. You can also follow me on Instagram, Mary Ellen Storyteller. Well, until next time, keep that spark alive. Bye for now.